Mahabali's story is very famous in Kerala during the time of Vamana avatar, when Lord Vishnu had taken the avatar of a dwarf. Bali was doing the Vishwajit Yaga, and if he would have done 100 yagas, he would have gained control over the whole world. So Vishnu came in the form of Vamana in order to block that, because Bali was representing the Asuras, the negative race, the negative tendencies. There is a lot of symbolism in this. So we have to go to the symbolism, the negative tendencies. So he took the form of Vamana and went to Bali and said, please give me 3 steps of land. So Shukracharya, who was Bali's preceptor, he was omniscient himself. He said, don't give, this is Vishnu. He will take away everything that you have earned. So Bali says, even if it is Vishnu, first of all, I have taken a vow, whoever comes to ask me anything during the Yajna, I will give. Secondly, if Vishnu has to come and ask me, I am greater than Vishnu because I am getting an opportunity to give Vishnu. I will definitely give. So he disregarded his Guru's advice and gave the vow. Vamana expanded his stature, became Vishwarupa, cosmic in form, with one leg covered the earth, with the other leg covered the heavens, and then asked Bali, fulfill your word, I have already covered everything in 2 steps. Where should I keep the 3rd step? So Bali offers his head and says, I offer myself to you, please accept me. So Vamana puts his foot on Bali's head, and symbolically Bali is sent to the nether worlds to rule. This is a very popular story in Kerala, and the festival of Onam is celebrated every year to recollect this incident and celebrate Bali's coming to Kerala every year. What is the important symbolism here? Atmanivedanam means giving priority to God in everything before anybody else. Bali preferred God before Shukracharya, his guru. Bharata preferred Rama before his mother Kaikeyi. Lakshmana preferred God Rama before his wife Urmila. Meera preferred God Krishna before her husband Maharana. Prahlad preferred God Narsimha before his father Hiranyakashyap. In any crossroad in life, when we have to take a choice between relationships, the scripture says God is always first, and we have to dedicate ourselves to God. That does not mean that we do not discharge our worldly responsibilities. We have to do that in totality, but the priority has to be towards our inner dharma. One is paradharma, one is swadharma, one is dharma to the outside world, one is dharma to our own self for which we are born. So that is the example of Atmanivedanam. Surrender, which is a very precious virtue, is a prerequisite for this Atmanivedanam. And what does God do when you surrender? There is this famous example from the Ramayana. Sugriva was telling Rama, when Vibhishana came to his rescue, that he is Ravana's brother, you cannot trust him, don't accept him as your ally. He has cheated his brother, he will cheat you also. So Rama says, Sugriva, did you not cheat your own brother and come to me? Sugriva also went up, he did not cheat, but he distanced himself from Bali and came and sought refuge in Rama. And Rama accepted him. Rama said, I have a vow, whoever surrenders to me, I will accept. Whatever his background, whatever his past. So then Sugriva asks, what if Ravana does not lose the war and you are accepting Vibhishana and saying that you will make him king? What will happen to Vibhishana and what will happen to your vow? Rama says, if Ravana does not win the war and I lose the war, and I have already promised Vibhishana that I will make him king and he has surrendered to me, then I will plead with Bharata to give the kingdom of Ayodhya to Vibhishana, but I will fulfill my word every time, because anyone who surrenders to me, it is my responsibility. That is the level at which this virtue of surrender is given importance to by God himself. Ramanujacharya, the great exponent of Vishishtha Advaita, had kept bhakti and prapatti at the same level. These are the highest, is the acme of your spiritual journey. So what is bhakti? We discussed. What is prapatti? Surrender. Only when you have devotion and surrender in equal proportion will we be able to achieve the ultimate goal in life. There was this trader whose daughter's marriage was going to happen. On the other side, there was a farmer who had sowed seeds and was ready to harvest. And the trader's family was praying that there should not be rain Because daughter's marriage is there. If it rains, all those who have performed daughter's marriages know what a great responsibility it is. So if it rains in daughter's marriage, it's a big problem. The in-laws will blame you even for that. So that is the worry. Second side, farmer, if it doesn't rain, crop will be affected. So Swami says, whose prayer should God hear? Should hear the trader's prayer that because daughter's marriage, once in a life marriage, you have to be careful. Or the farmer, but if there is no food, then there will be a problem. Some said trader because marriage problem. Some said farmer, food. Swami listened to him. He said, both are wrong. The real devotee is the one who prays, let that happen which is good for everyone. Let everybody's welfare be taken care of by you because you know who needs what. You know what is good for whom. Why should I tell you what you should do? You know what is best for me, hence I will just go by your bidding.